Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, the biggest 49er fan ever, Peter Joseph here, for a Sunday afternoon video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment if you like down below in the comments section, but don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm where Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul. So, don't do that. You want to do that, go to your dead channel that nobody gives two fucks about, because I sure don't, and do your shit there. And, that's, pretty much all I gotta say about that. And, yeah, so leave a comment if you want, but leave stupid comments, bye-bye to you. And that's it. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you miss the next one, you need to get slapped in the face and speared like Braun Breaker, have your ribs explode out your body, then turn on all notifications if you can, because if not, you're pretty much fucked and you're SOL. You know what that means, and if not, look it up. And that's that. Move on. And if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself like a cold one, put your feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this rainy, windy, horrible Sunday, Football Sunday, once again. Ooh. If that's Fred Warner, I'm going to be really scared. Somebody, looks like a Niner injured his knee, and that's not good, because the Niners are just injury prone. It's just insane. But anyway. It is October the 12th, 2025, Columbus Day weekend, wrapping up. We'll wrap up Columbus Day weekend tomorrow with Columbus Day. Probably won't be a Columbus Day parade, because we got a nor'easter hitting right now. It's, raining, you know, pretty much, not that hard, you know. I said hard. You know, pretty much raining, on and off, windy, gusty winds, about 30 to 40 miles an hour. You know, it's gonna be all night rain here in the Northeast. All day tomorrow as well. Then it kind of finally pulls out Tuesday afternoon. And then, gonna get a little bit chilly around seasonable fall-like weather, 55, 58 degrees. And then, goes back up to 70 by next Sunday. And then, back down the pipe it goes. And that's that. But we'll get through this. We've gone through worse here in the Northeast, but, you know, first nor'easter of the year. Thankfully, it's not the winter time, because I probably won't have TV, probably might not have power. Who knows, but hopefully we won't get any of those. A bomb cyclone coming in the winter. We don't need that. No, I don't need to shovel 20 feet of snow. My back can't take only so much, you know what I mean? Especially because I gotta carry the... But it is what it is. So that's that. But Football Sunday, like I said, week 6 in the NFL in the league. When they play for pay, the Jets, the fucking goddamn fucking Jets, had a golden chance to win their first game of the year in London against the Broncos. They were up 11-10 because they were up. They were down 10-9, and then the Jets forced a penalty in the end zone, and that caused a safety. So they got 2 points and a free kick. So they were up 11-10. Oh no, not Fred. Oh no. Oh no. The Niners season's done. If Fred Warner is hurt for a long period of time. Oh boy. Ooh. Somebody, his teammate knocked right into it. I think it's his calf. I don't think it's his knee. But hopefully it's not a big issue. Hopefully not. Because they lose Fred Warner. Oh, that defense looks really... And they already lost Bosa for the year. So they lose Fred Warner for a significant amount of time. That's a big, huge problem. I don't know if Robert Saley, what he can do. Somebody's got to step up. You know, the trade deadline's coming. If they get Troy Hendrickson for the Bungles, they get Max Crosby for the Raiders. I don't know. They got to get somebody to replace, you know, almost intercepted. If they can replace Bosa and now Fred Warner, if he's hurt for like 6 weeks through the rest of the season, I don't know. They have to get somebody on the defensive line. All right, Fred's going into the locker room to get looked at. See if he can walk. He can't walk under his own power, obviously, because he got carted off. So it might be, hopefully, not a serious injury. Maybe he's out 2 to 4 weeks at most. But maybe it's nothing. Who knows? How's this? I'm about to say this guy gets out of it every fucking time. Baker Mayfield is like Houdini. They pressure him and he's like running around like a freaking weasel. Like, I get him! Ah! Why, you little? You know? But, hey, the defense without Fred Warner now has been doing some good stuff now. They got a sack. And they get the ball back. Not great field position. Well, we'll see what happens with the punt. I hope he blocks it. That'd be nice. Then they block it! Alright, let's see. Good punt. Oh, all the way, damn, at the 2 yard. Why did you freaking... I don't know why he caught it at the 2 yard line. Somebody's got to talk to that guy. Why did you do that? Anyway, Niners are down 7-3. I think it's about almost done with the first quarter. But, you know, Niner fans, we are holding our breath that injury to Fred Warner is not a big injury. He's probably going to be out for the rest of the game, I assume. Because if he can't walk under his own power, then it might be serious. And he's grabbing his knee. That could be anything. ACL, PCL, MCL, MCI, ABC, 1, 2, 3, the FBI, you know. Call the cops! No. So we'll see what happens with that. And like I said, the fucking Jets lost today. 0-6 right now. Bye! Their season is done. There's no way they're going to come back and make the playoffs. There's no team that's gone 0-6 has made the playoffs. Ever in the history of the NFL. So, Jet fans, wait till next year. We're done. I don't even have to, I don't care. Because I'm more of a Niners fan than a Jet fan. I'm pretty much 90% Niners fan and 10% Jet fan. So I care less for this season. I was hoping they'd do good because they had a new coach, new regime, new defense. You know, Steve Wilkes taking over for the defense. Robert Saley is back on the Niners now, doing good shit right now. And the Jets just are garbage. Justin Fields, 10 yards? Wow. The Jets had this game, too. They had the game, and like they always do. Ugh. Kind of feels like every team in New York, huh? Right, Yankee fans? You know. Hey, at least the Giants beat the Eagles this week, you know. Big fucking deal. Trying to beat them in 2 weeks in Philly. Then talk to me about it. Okay? 2 fucking wins. Big deal. 2-4. 2 games back of the Eagles anyway. The Cowboys lost today. You know, very interesting game with the Panthers. It came down to the wire. Panthers won with a field goal at 0-0. So, you got that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go in and out between the Niner games, so we got that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to TNA Bound for Glory tonight, we'll do the predictions in a little bit, but But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is time on this rainy, blah, Sunday afternoon, October the 12th, 2025. Hope you had a great day and a great Columbus Day weekend, and if not, well, sorry for you. Alright, it is time for your TNA and Ring of Honor reviews for this past Thursday night, October the 9th, 2025. Alright. Good pass to McCaffrey, basically like 4 or 5 yards. It's still I thought it was just the fucking second quarter was about to start. We got 5 minutes left. Shit. Alright, we got that. Alright, so let's start with TNA because I want to get to TNA review, because it coincides with my predictions going into Bound for Glory. Alright, so we are emanating once again from the Edmonton Expo Center in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. A great city next to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, because they're great cities, unlike Montreal. But first down. There you go. First down! Alright. So like I said, fuck Montreal. And that's that. Alright. On commentary, Tom Phillips and Aiden English, otherwise known as Matthew Waywalt. Alright, let's get into the action. Let's not waste any time, because I'm going to go pretty damn quick. So if you blink, you might miss it. Alright, so we started with match number 1. Matt fucking Cardona takes on Dolph Ziggler's little brother, Ryan Nemeth. Match didn't last that long. Cardona hits a missile dropkick on Ryan. Ryan whips Cardona into the ropes. Ryan's big brother, Nick, trips him. The referee sees it. He's like, Nick, you are out. Nick, go outside. Go park Issa's car. Perfectly. Anyway, Ryan gets distracted by that, turns around, and Matt Cardona hits radio silence, and he gets the win in a pretty cheap, garbage squash match. Well, I don't think you can call it a squash match per se, but still. Matt Cardona gets the win. Match was meh. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and then that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we go to the treehouse. It's time to smoke some weed. So we got the Rascals. We got Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, and Myron Reed. They're smoking, why not? Zachary says Trey super kicked him in the face. Uh-oh. Trey's like, allegedly, I kicked you in the face. So Zach plays the footage. Trey's like, I'm sorry. I'm a horrible teammate. So Zach says, it's okay. I forgive you. They do the thing. Or and it turns to smoke. Myron Reed says, we all don't have a match at Bound for Glory. So then Trey says, well, we need to go to Santino Walada and fix this thing. I bet you they're going to be in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Or Battle Royale, or whatever the fuck it is. We got that. Let me move on. Alright, 3rd and 8 for the Niners at the 29. Mac and Cheese back to pass. He's pressured and he goes down. And he lost the football! Oh, that would have been bad. But thankfully, one of his stupid linemen that can't fucking protect him got the ball back. Niners are about to punt. Ugh. He just got ran over. Dominic Puny, the number 1 pick, is getting obliterated today. Wow, he's doing this. Okay, Hadouken. Wanna be, Kamehameha! Anyway, yeah, they gotta do something on the offensive line to kind of protect these quarterbacks because they are getting obliterated. It's sad. Not a great punt by the punter, by the way. Because The last punter we had, Wisnowski, I forgot where he went. Alright, so 7-3 Succaneers, 134 left in the first quarter. Haven't heard anything on Fred Warner yet, but hopefully nothing serious, but we're all our Niner fans are holding our breath that it's not too serious. Maybe you just have to put some Robitussin on it. We get that. Alright, so we'll see if the Rascals can ask Santino for a match at Bound for Glory, but like I said, they'll probably be in the Call Your Shot Battle Royal. And that's it. Alright. Quickly out of that punt, Succaneers get the ball, couple yard pass, and we got a flag on the play. Holding on the offense. Looks like it. Nope. Looks like it's going to be on the the Niners. Ugh. Well, we don't know. Referees are just like looking at each other. Oh, they go hands to the face. That's a 5-yard penalty. Oh, no, it's on the offense. No, wait. Make up your mind, referee! God damn. I'm like, am I watching wrestling? Referee! Do something! Do something, you idiot! Moron. Anyway, legal hands to the face, automatic first down. Big deal. Let's see what the Niners can do here. They got a 3-and-out on the last possession. Little end around. Can't goddamn tackle. Alright, second down and a couple for the Succaneers. Up 7-3, about to go into the second quarter. And that's it. Alright. That's it. Moving on. Alright, after the Rascals little segment, we go to a video package for Mara Shade, who's Miss Jackson if you're nasty. She talks about the TNA locker room and legends like Tommy Dreamer, he's not a legend, Lance Storm, wow. Can I be serious for a minute? I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Oh, he had it downfield, the guy dropped it. Wow. You suck. Alright, so legends like Tommy Dreamer, Lance Storm, and Jazz, okay, I'll go with Jazz, says she wants to leave a mark and inspire for the little girls out there, and she says she wants to be that big sister that pushes them. Okay. Well, she's doing some good stuff so far in TNA. So we'll see what happens with Miss Mara Shade in TNA. That rhymes too. Alright, Baker Mayfield back to pass. Another pass wide open, and the receiver was a little bit behind him, and Alright, another 3-and-out for the Niners, so. Now, if it wasn't for that interception, the Niners would be winning this game at least 3-0. Or 3-3. Or maybe it's just 3-0, who knows? Yeah, behind the receiver. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Alright, so another punt coming up, and Niners are gonna get the ball back, and not great field position once again. Every time they get the ball back, they're in like the 2-yard line. Oh, another beautiful punt. He slipped, gets past the 10, gets around the 17 yard line. That's not Ricky Purcell, because he's out with a knee injury. Everybody's got a fucking knee injury. It's insane. The Niners are the most injury-prone team in the NFL in the last, God knows how many years. I think since 2018. Just sad. 6-7 years of the Niners' big stars, getting hurt. Whether it be Jimmy G, whether it be Alex Smith, whether it be Bosa, Kittle, McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk. Now Fred Warner's out for I don't know how long. They got Kittle back. I think he's starting. I don't know if he's in the game today. Mac and Cheese Jones, he dropped the football. Oh, hold on to the goddamn ball. But thankfully the Niners get it right back. Thank you, Pharrell. Mac and Cheese Jones is, holding on to the ball like he's fucking Sam Darnold. Nope! Or Daniel Jones. I mean, from Malaya. I mean, come on now. Alright, second quarter coming up. Let's see if the Niners can somehow get their offense to work. Alright, we got that. Alright, so we had that thing from Maurice Sade. We go to match number 2. Mustafa Ali takes on Fandango, or JDC. Pretty good match, actually. I'm not gonna go through, like I said, I'm not gonna go through all of it. But in the end, we get to the end. Go to commercial, come back. Mustafa Ali goes for the 450, but Fandango moved out of the way, and he sends Ali face first into the bottom turnbuckle. Ow. Then he has a running tiger uppercut, a couple of them in the corner, followed by a side Russian leg sweep, like circa 1905. Then he does the deed, hits a Falcon Arrow for a near fall, goes up top, but Ali gets out of the ring after, I think, JDC was trying for the last dance or the last call, whatever you want, when he does that, his finisher. But Fandango hits a cannonball onto Ali and the Secret Service, who was at ringside. And then the System, who was also at ringside, and Order 4, you knew it was going to happen. They get into a big old brawl on the outside of the ring. And then the big man, Agent Zero, hits a choke bomb on the apron. Ow! To JDC, throws him back in the ring, and Ali is ready, willing, and able. He gets up top, goes for the 450, hits the 450, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Mustafa Ali gets the win over JDC. And a pretty good match, 3 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, the System throws a whole bunch of weapons in. And then, they leave the ring. Actually, Order 4 leaves the ring. So, that's just setting up the hardcore war tonight between both teams. It's going to be brutal. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then it's time for the injury report presented by Bioflex. Team 3D, Marashade, and the installation are all cleared, while Elijah, we don't remember Elijah, who wants to walk with Elijah? Well, can't, because he's still out with an injury, I think to his shoulder. And that's that. Alright, that's the injury report. Alright, then we get highlights of NXT Showdown this past Tuesday, where, the women, the men's team beat that Kendrick Ozzy Osbourne down the field, and that has to be another flag. Flag on the Buccaneers for a face mask. More yards added to a great catch and run. He is unstoppable. He's having a great time on the Niners so far since they picked him up. We'll pick him back up because he was on the Patriots, then he was on the Niners before. Yep, pretty much face mask. Oh, no foul? Wow. No foul on the play. I thought he was going to get extra 15. Mac and Cheese back to pass. Wide open Kendrick Bourne. Down the field. Oh, I thought it was going to be a horse collar because he caught him by the back of his neck. Spun him around. But another big play by Kendrick Ozzy Osbourne. Now McCaffrey with a big run for about 8-9 yards. Now just looking to go up, take the lead, or possibly, maybe get a field goal here. I really want a touchdown here. So we'll see what happens with that. But Kendrick Ozzy Osbourne is doing some good shit for the Niners so far in the first 5 games. McCaffrey gets out of it, but looks like he stopped short by a yard. He got spun around, and then he went down. 3rd and 1 for the Niners. They're in field goal range for Eddie Guerrero. It's a battle. Oh, that rhymes. Let me get that. So we'll see what happens with all that. Alright, so we got the injury report, got highlights of Showdown. The men's team won. First down for the Niners as a mac and cheese quarterback sneak gets the first down at the 23-yard line. So, got that. Alright, we're good. Alright, so like I said, the men's team won the Survivor Series match. The team NXT won the women's match. And we got that. Alright, then, so, Tino Walala, you son of my god! He comes out. Mackenzie Mitchell introduces Indy Hartwell and Kaylani Jordan for the contract signing. And then George the Iceman, the leader of the Elegance brand, he comes out and says, what happened to the Elegance brand is a travesty, meaning Ash's retirement. Is a travesty. And he is invoking his rematch clause at Bound for Glory for the women's tag team, the Knockouts tag team titles. So he brings out a contract of his own, demands Santino sign it, which he does. But we don't know what members is going to be Emmett and Heather, or what's it going to be, so we'll find out on the kickoff show tonight. If it's going to be Emmett and Heather by Elegance, or maybe there's a new member we don't know about. So anyway, Indy says Kaylani shocked the world, but she knows about that too, about shocking the world. Remember in NXT when she won the title and hurt her leg and then had to give it up the next night, which sucked. But in any case, the Niners are knocking on the door. They're at about the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal. Alright, so we got that. Kaylani says, I know what it's like to win a title and lose a title. Indy says her family is flying 21 hours to Boston. Took 5 planes to get there, mind you. Because I think they flew from Melbourne, so they got diverted to Honolulu, then from Honolulu to San Fran. San Fran to, I don't know where after that. And then where from there, put a ball! Jesus Christ. He's running around like a fucking madman. I don't even know if anybody was open. Let's see. He could have just why did you could have just ran it? He had one guy open, but he was at the 1-2 yard line. Yeah, pretty much at the 2 yard line. The Niners' freaking red zone offense is so bad. It blows my mind. They can't get anything. McCaffrey up the middle. Didn't get it. Stopped at the 1, but there's a flag on the play. Offsides on the defense, excuse me. That'll get it down to about the one, at least at the 1. I think. Unless it's a offensive penalty, that'll suck. Let's see. Yep, offsides, okay. Half the distance to the goal. We'll go with that. 3rd down. So that's going to be at the 1 yard line, so they gotta get this. They have to get this. Come on. And I have my glasses like that, because I can see like that, but when these are my reading glasses. So, alright, 3rd and goal from the fucking 1. Get it in! There you go. CMC 23, baby! Yeah! Touchdown, Niners! San Francisco! Yeah! Eat shit, Todd Bowles, you fucking piece of crap. Good hole, and McCaffrey basically wedged his way in. Alright. So Niners look like they're about to go up 10-7 with 10 minutes to play in the first half. Come on, Dinero. There you go. See, Eddie Guerrero kicks field goals and extra points. Unlike you, Jake Moody, you fucking prick. Fuck you. moving on. Alright, so anyway. So, Indy's family is there now. It took 5 planes to get there. That's dedication. They're going to see her win. She's not going to let them down. So she signs a contract, then tells Kaylani to bring that same energy to Bound for Glory. Then Kaylani signs a contract, and then they just stare at each other. I hope Indy wins. Because I think Indy was going to beat Ash by elegance anyway to win the title tonight. But since Ash retired, they had Kaylani win the Battle Royal with Xia Li, and then Kaylani beat Xia Li. But, you know, people saying, oh, if Kaylani loses, she's just a transitional champ. Well, obviously, you know, but you never know. You know, Kaylani could retain tonight. They could just have Kaylani go on a nice little run that, like, Trick Willie's going on with the TNA World title. He's held it for, like, a few months. So we'll have to see what happens there. But I hope Indy wins. That's all I think. Yeah. I really think Kaylani, Indy Hartwell should win. That's it. Alright, moving on from there. Alright, then we get a video package for the Hardys and the Dudleys. We get a voiceover saying they refine tag team wrestling, turn tables into weapons, stuff like that. This is going to be the war to settle the score, you know, the final match, once and for all, to see who's better. Also, we hear from Jeff Hardy's daughter, Nera, I think it's Nera, tomato, said she remembers seeing her dad on the ladder getting the title and dancing. Then his daughter, Ruby, says it is cool to see how much of an influence her dad has had on people. And then, Broken Matt Hardy, yes, wonderful. Titties! He says, I have a premonition, if you will. A premonition, my condition. Anyway, so he says, for the fans, it is an end of an era. And then Bully Ray says they plan on doing things that night that make people feel something. Oh, this is going to be good tonight, then. He doesn't know what that something is going to be. Maybe a fire spot. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen tonight? It's going to be a great match. I think the Hardys are going to retain, but it is what it is. Also, the Hardys are two-time House of Glory Tag Team Champions as they won this past, I think, Friday night. But probably won't hold them that long because their contract with TNA ends, I think, at the end of this year. The Inspirations contract ends at the end of this year. There's a few others that are going to be ending at the end of the year. I don't know if TNA is going to re-sign them or not. So, we'll see what happens with that. Why are they showing this creepy, weird thing? Okay. Moving on. Alright, after that, Leon Slater, the X Division champion, comes out, says, this year has been the maddest. Well, why are you so mad? Well, it took him a long time to get the X Division title. He should have won it with that Ultimate X match. Don't even get me started with that. He says he wakes up every morning, has to pinch himself to prove that it's real. He always felt like he was never good enough. He always felt forgotten until he found wrestling, and he found TNA. He says he's been on a roll as of late. He main evented pay-per-views, and he's the youngest X Division champion of all time. You know, AJ came out, thanked him for that too. He says Bound for Glory is where people's eyes are on them, because it's at WrestleMania, obviously. Says it is a chance for him to build a legacy. And then he says it is a chance for them to defend against the outsider, Javon Evans. Then he says the title is more than a piece of gold around his neck. Or a trinket, if you think about it. It is proof that he is good enough and he found his people and his chance to be remembered. That's it. Alright, after that, we get Tom Phillips running down the card. I think, yeah. And that's it. It's only been 3 matches. 3 matches on the card. Because the main event was Grandpa Eric Young taking on below average Joe Hendry in a no DQ match. Which went all over the place. All over the place. Damn! Guy goes down the field, and they tackle him. I think it was Dominic Nenor, like, picked him up and, like, threw him down like a sack of potatoes. But Tampa Bay's going down the field now after the Niners scored. They're in field goal range now, so this could be a tie game, or could be 14-10, could be, who knows. Damn, Dominic Nenor just, like, picked him up and, like, ugh. It is what it is. Like, Buccaneers at the 26-yard line. Back to pass. Quick screen. A couple yards there. Second down. And some change. 2nd and 5 for the Buccaneers with under 8 to play. So got time. It's only the first half, guys. I'm not worried yet. I'm not even worried. It's a 3-point game. This was gonna be a competitive game. That too. Alright, anyway. Alright, so it starts off with EY wrapping his fist with a steel chain, looking to punk Joe Hendry's lights out, but Joe moves out of the way. EY punches into the ring post. Ow! Excuse me. And you got the first down. Shit. That's good forward progress. Just basically about the first down, I should say. So first down. I think they can get a first down at the 1. Maybe. I don't know. Let me get that. Then he throws EY back into the ring for a near fall. He throws EY face first into the top turnbuckle. Another near fall. EY pulls Joe Hendry into the middle turnbuckle. And then they go to fight on the stage because they have that elevated ramp. EY picks Joe Hendry up on his shoulders, but Joe gets out of it. EY rakes his eyes, little Rowdy Piper rake of the eye. They didn't get the first down. Now they got the first down. First down at the 13 for the Buccaneers. Damn. Good. Rake of the eyes. Then he picks up EY for a power slam on the stage. Ow. Then he hits a tiger uppercut, and EY goes down the ramp. As we go to commercial, we come back. They're still fighting on the stage. Joe flips EY over. And then they start fighting in the crowd. He throws EY into a garbage can. A garbage bin. Excuse me, not the can, but a garbage bin. EY throws Joe Hendry over the guardrail. They throw chairs in the ring. This ain't ECW. Shoot the ball. God damn. EY positions a steel chair between the top and middle turnbuckle. He whips Joe Hendry into the corner. Hendry reversed it. EY goes into the steel chair. Ow. And then Joe hits EY in the head with the steel sheets. Steel sheets? I don't know. Oh, so maybe it's a steel, cookie tray, whatever. But in any case. Then he hits the fallaway slam. He kips up, does that super pose. Hits the Olympic slam into the chair for a near fall. Ow. Oh, come on. They had him stopped, and then the runner went whoop all the way around. Touchdown, Buccaneers, Sean Tucker. Damn it. Alright, so the Buccaneers are about to go back into the lead, 14-10. Unless he botches the extra point, it'll be 13-10, but I guess that's just, just a bad drive for the defense. Last couple of drives, the defense has been pretty good for the Niners. Not this one. Not this one. But it is what it is. Going off the touchdown, the defense comes out and lays an egg. Alright, so it's 14-10, Buccaneers with 5 minutes to play in the half. Let's see if the Niners can respond and answer back. See what happens with that. Alright, so Hendry hits EY in the head with steel sheets, does the kip up and all that shit. Olympic slam into the chair for a near fall, brings the steel chair in the ring, goes for the standing ovation, but EY hits Joe Hendry in his below-average balls. Then he hits a power driver on the chair. Ow! 1, 2, 3, EY gets the win over below-average Joe Hendry. Good. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright, then we end the show with a video package once again for Mike Santana. He sees an old photo of himself, reads a letter, then we hear a voiceover by Conan, who, you know, he was there when LAX was around. Not the original LAX, the new LAX. With Santana Ortiz, or Proud and Powerful, whatever it's called. I dropped my remote control. Anyway, so Conan says having his name alongside Latino role models like Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, they say. Eddie, Conan called you a role model. Is that, you know, what do you think about that? Fuck Conan, that fucking Mendeo. He mentioned Rey in the same sentence as me. What the fuck is his problem, ese pero? I don't know. But you're a role model, you're a hero for the Latinos like your son. Oh, my son is the king of the luchadors. He's the greatest luchador since me. Well, you knocked up Angie, you know that. Oh, Angie, Angie was a slut, so what do you want me to do with this, pero? Dominic is the fruit of my loins, you see, look at him. He's the greatest, ese pero. I'm very proud of him. You should be. If you're alive today, you 50-year-old great man. By the way, happy birthday, Eddie. I forgot to mention. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Did China give you a special gift? Eddie? Eddie? You're not going to answer me, Eddie? Joni, what did you do, Joni? Oh, okay. Eddie, you don't want to explain to my our great fans that you got the Latino heat from China? Mm-hmm. Birthday sucks. Anyway. But happy birthday, Eddie, and you are a role model. You are a great man. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Thank you very much. I got to go. I have to do some stuff with China. Okay, you go do that. Be safe and be well. Joni, you look great. Have fun. But say adios there, Eddie. Adios! Thank good. Moving on. What do you want? I wanted to say hello to Eddie Guerrero, but he left. Well, he left. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Ah, crap. Yeah. Go back to feeling Osito. Ah! Peter's playing with his dolls again. Knock next time! Knock! Did you guys see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you play with your dolls again. Good! She gives great helmets. Alright, Niners got the ball at the 37-yard line. See if they can respond. CMC 23 almost broke some tackles and got about 6-7 yards on the play. Alright. Hey, the Niners can go into the half up by 3 or down by 1. It's gonna be a good game. Green Bay up on Cincinnati. Oh, Cincinnati's just bad. The Packers at home in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. It's almost getting that time where it's gonna get really frozen. Holy shit. Sucks to be in Green Bay around this time of year. Going into January, February. McCaffrey had a good run. Now he lost basically 2-3 yards. Fuck. Not even at midfield. So, yeah, not even at midfield yet. So, Eddie De Niro can't even kick a field goal on this right from here. Oh, he slipped. Oh. I think he could have cut back and maybe got an extra couple yards, but he slipped and lost. I think he lost 2 yards. Man. Alright, 3rd and 6 from the 41-yard line of the Niners. Gotta get to the 47. So see what happens. Mac and Cheese back to pass. He throws wide open! Number 83, whatever his name is. Scatling, I think his name is. I don't know. Some of these new players I don't know. Wait, who are you? What do you play? But Mac and Cheese with a dart right down the middle. Good catch there by number 83 at the 40-yard line. Oh, he stretched his hands and caught it. You gotta love that. Alright, mac and cheese 10 or 12 for 153 and an into. Alright, Niners are in somewhat business at the 40-yard line of the Succaneers. Mac and cheese back to pass. Deep downfield and throws to nobody. Good coverage, double coverage there on Miles. I keep saying Miles. Kendrick Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know why I keep saying Miles. I'm thinking of Miles, Baby Orton, Ozzy Osbourne. Go figure that one out. Alright, got that. Niners winning the total yardage by a little bit, not too much. But been a pretty good game so far. Alright, McCaffrey gets about 3, maybe 4 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 from about the 37, 36 yard line. So they could be in good, not great field goal range for Eddie Benetto, but we'll see if we'll see what happens. I hope they get some points on this. 2:25 left, so they got all their time. Both teams got all their timeouts. So we'll see what happens. 3rd and 6, mac and cheese back to pass. And did he catch it? No. He was out of bounds. Shit. Threw it in a double coverage to number 83 again, but made the catch where he was out of bounds. I don't know how he caught it. No, and he lost the ball out of bounds anyway, so I don't think he would have had possession. Let's see. 1, 2. Actually, he did. He dropped the ball out of bounds. So that's why they called it. Okay, I get it. I thought that Kyle was thinking about maybe throwing the red flag, but anyway. All right, Pinheiro from 54 yards this time. Let's see if he kicked good. No. Yeah. That looked like a wobbler and still got it in. Telling you, Moody would never have kicked that. It would have went so far to the left, it looked like, his dick. Because he got a hook. But I digress on that. Alright, 14-13. Succaneers with 2 minutes to play. So, we'll see if the Succaneers can go downfield. Maybe get some points out of this. Maybe go up 4 or maybe go up 8. Hopefully nothing, but, we'll see. Just got it in there. I love this. Eddie Pinheiro is just, the next Robbie Gould. You kick it in his sleep, dude. Alright, we got that. So where was I? Alright, let's go back to TNA, because we really got to finish this up. So Conan says, having Santana, has Santana's name alongside Latino role models like Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, because now he has a higher calling. He says Trick is partying and Santana is serious, you think. Then he says a leader will inspire the people to do more. And he says Santana is like a scarecrow standing in his field. Okay. And maybe Trick said that. I don't know. But, yeah, that's it for TNA. And TNA was pretty decent for 3 matches. Mostly a go-home, not a mini go-home show, but not bad. So I gave it 6.25, 6.5 out of 10 stars. 6.5 out of 10 stars, and that's it. Alright, let's get the Ring of Honor this week, which had Bandito S.A. defend the Ring of Honor World title against Hikesero in a rematch. So, Bandito Hikesero 2, Electric Boogaloo, if you will. So we got that. And we'll move on. Hopefully. Alright, so let me just get my notes are loading, so give me a second. The rich man's fucking, well, not the rich man, but his computer is not rich, but it's old as fuck! But I already put down a down payment for my computer, so pretty soon I'll be getting a brand new one. That actually works. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I already put down a down payment for my new well, I'm still. I put the down payment down on a laptop and a PC, but I'm still kind of checking out prices to see if maybe I can get something better. But I don't want to spend too much. Not like $1,000 for a gaming computer. I don't play games on the computer, but you know. Yeah. All right, let's get the Ring of Honor, which actually was pretty damn decent. We are from the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. And as always, our commentary team of Ian Ricka Boring and the Pasta, my good friend, Caprice Coleman. If I don't do this, he gets really mad at me. So we get that. Alright, nothing big besides the IWGP Women's title on the line. We have Saray taking on Alex Windsor! We got that. We got a couple of matches in the Women's Pure Rules title tournament. Thankfully, we're finally starting that. Not going to get it done until Final Battle, which is pretty much a month and a half away. Almost under 2 months away now, so we got that. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's wait any time. Alright, so we start off with a quick preview of the IWGP Women's title match. Then the opening sequence, run down the card. So we're mixing it up a little bit. We got some matches from Arena Mexico in Mexico City, Mexico. So we start off with the Ring of Honor World title rematch with Hikaru and Bandito. Bandito is defending. Pretty much a great match like their first one was. I believe at, there was Death Before Dishonor. I think it was Death Before Dishonor. Long match, too. 22-minute match. Hikaru really did damage to Bandito's shoulder. And, he was working on the arm, sends Bandito to the outside, where the trainer pops Bandito's shoulder back in place. And, we get that. Nice little catch and run there, as we all know. And he pretty much almost leapfrogged CJ Stout. I think it was CJ Stout, number 20. Like, almost leapfrogged him. But Succaneers are in field goal range with 1:17 left. All 3 timeouts. See what happens. Looking like they might go. Well, they're at the 45-yard line of the Niners. Mayfield back to pass. Wide open. First down at the 34. Still got a lot of time. Just about a minute left in the first half. So, look at that. It's getting dark. Well, it's getting dark around 6 o'clock here in my neck of the woods. Mayfield back to pass. Overthrew his receiver. Alright, 50 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the 34 of the Niners. See what happens here. The Niners will be down by 4 or down by 8. Hopefully not down by 8, because then they'll have to come back in the second half, score a touchdown, and then play some defense. But, still a lot of half to play. But not a great first half, per se. But, probably won't be a great ending, but we'll see. Alright, 2nd and 10 from the 34. Mayfield back to pass. Wide open touchdown. Holy shit. Where's the defense there? Holy crap. Wide open. I mean wide open, like Rebby Sky's legs. Holy shit. Wait, flag on the play. Oh, wait, they're picking it up? Are they picking it up? There is a flag on the play. Personal foul. Oh, roughing the passer. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't really matter. This is why Fred Warner is not in the game right now. Stout hit him after he... Oh. Yeah, I think he hit him with the, his helmet. Right in the back. Buccaneers are going for 2 here to go up by 9. And, did not get it. Oh, that's big for the Niners. That is huge. That could come into play near the end of the game, maybe, but we'll see. Alright, 44 seconds left. See if the Niners can maybe get into some field goal range with 3 timeouts. And then maybe Eddie Dinero gets them down by 4. I don't know if they get the ball back in the second half, but just the defense has kind of been good and bad in the first half. So if I had to grade the first half of the Niners, I'd probably give it a C. C, maybe C minus. Not a D. But whatever. Alright. Back to Ring of Honor we go. We pause for So Ichishiro goes back to that arm, sends Bandito to the outside. The trainer pops his shoulder back in. Aye! And then we had a pause again because the shoulder hadn't been taped up. Bandito's like, fuck that tape! Psh, rips it off. I think that was a bad idea. That's just wasting tape. Then they trade running shots to face. Ichishiro's knees all banged up, so both men are fucked up in this match. Bandito grabs a poison Rana, but Ichishiro is smart enough to go back to the arm, followed by a hit scissors driver for a near fall. Bandito pops right back up with the X knee, goes for the 21 plex, but he can't hit it, so he settles for a leg trap roll up. Almost like the mouse trap, if you think about it, by, who uses that? Darby, I think, uses that. Hi, guys, I use that move. Anybody see Darby and Mox beat the fuck out of each other at Comic-Con here in New York? I didn't go this year. I went last year, but this year I should have went this year. I would have loved to see that fight. But you guys are insane! They're gonna legit try to kill each other this Saturday night at Wrestle Dream. They're gonna legit try to kill each other. And I don't think anybody cares. They don't care. AEW might care because they're gonna have liability. I would just have an unsanctioned I Quit match. Was they gonna legit try to kill each other? I think Darby's gonna use that flamethrower and threaten the set Moxley on fire, and then maybe Renee Paquette comes out and is like, no, don't do it to my husband, I got 2 kids! And then maybe Darby, like an idiot, is like, I'm gonna burn your wife! Not like that, you sick fucks. Then Mox's like, I quit, okay, I quit. Don't hurt my wife, I quit. I think they might do something maybe simple like that. Or maybe Darby's just, gonna finally say, I quit. I quit, guys. I don't like you guys anymore. I come from Seattle. So, we'll see. Alright, Niners got the ball at the 39 seconds left at the 35-yard line. Who's this? Who are you? Alright, so Bandito retains the Ring of Honor title in 22 minutes, but he paid for it. And we saw on Collision where they lost to Okada, him and Brody King, who lost to Okada and Takeshita. Oh, how do you drop that? You had it right in your fucking hand. Sorry. So they lost to Okada and Takeshita, who now get a title shot at Wrestle Dream, and Bandito is, not 100%. So we could see Takeshita and Okada become tag team champions and more gold going into the Don Callis family. They already have the TNT title. They have the unified title, or, the unified Intercontinental whatever title, blah, 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 blah. Oh, good pass. Good pass, down in field goal range. All right, we can take a timeout. Oh, why did you spike it right in front of the fucking guy? Lucky he didn't get a penalty on that. He caught the ball, broke a tackle. Who is this guy? Number 5. I don't even know who number 5 is. Can't even read his name. Oh, Richardson. Oh, Robinson, not Richardson. Richardson, Robinson, tomato. Whatever. Alright, but Niners are in good field goal position. They're in field goal range for Eddie Guerrero. But they got 2 timeouts, 24 seconds left. I hope they can tie the game. I hope, but I'll be alright with a field goal. At least we'll get some points. But, we'll see. We're at the 40-yard line. Let's see. Quick screen to McCaffrey. Got 3 yards out of that. All right, they're going to use another timeout. So down to 1 timeout, 18 seconds left at the 37-yard line of the Succaneers. We'll see. All right, so we'll see what happens with Bandito and now Brodito at Wrestle Dream defending the AEW Tag Team titles against Okada and Takeshita. I think we might see new champs, but we'll see. All right, they're going to recap of Skyflight losing. They lost last week, but now they want the Trios titles from STP. That's Shane Taylor Promotions. Speaking of Shane Taylor, we got big, beefy men slapping meat in this match. We got Shane Taylor taking on the beef. He threw it down the field. He caught the ball at the 25-yard line. Beef. I'm not doing a Triple H impression. I'm doing an actual beef impression. He talks like Triple H. Alright, so Shane Taylor and the Beef. They fight, and, Shane Taylor won with a big right hand, knocked the Beef right out. And he gets the win. In a little over 4 minutes. So, that's that. After the match, Shane Taylor Promotions beat the crap out of Beef, and then the workhorseman, J.D. Drake, and say his name, and he appears. I believe in Anthony Henry. They come out for the save, and then LFI, the actual trios, the tag team champions, they run in and drop the workhorseman. Interesting. Alright, 24-yard line for the Niners. 10 seconds to play, no timeouts, and Mac and Cheese Jones throws it right out of bounds. So this, I guess, okay, they're going to go kick the field goal now. They'll be down by 4 at the half. I think they get the ball back. I think they get the ball in the second half. I guess, I would think, but we'll see. Alright, Eddie Guerrero hit from 52, hit from 54. This has got to be around a 42-yard field goal. See if we can go 3 for 3. Give the Niners some breathing room. Right down the middle, Daddy. Right down the middle, Daddy, like Big Fonzo would say. Alright. So the Niners are going to go into the half, down by 4. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Another injury? Oh, it's toe. Eddie Dinero Guerrero is limping a little bit on his foot. But looks like he seems to be okay. Oh, he got stepped on. Oh, that hurts. And those are not just sneakers, ladies and gentlemen. Those are spikes. Aye! Getting spiked on your foot is never fun. I've dealt with that many times. I got spiked on my foot. I got spiked on my ankle in college. So I took a softball class, a couple of softball classes, and going for a double play, and I I think I got spiked, but I don't know if I got the out on that, but I forget. But anyway, I got spiked and I fell down. I had to come out of the game, and then I had to go to the gym, which was right across the campus. I had to go with my teacher, who was one of the assistants for the basketball team. He wrapped up my ankle and with an ice pack, and then I had to go to my next class, which was across the other side of the campus. I got in late to my my class, but I gave the teacher a note, so I didn't have to. I was like, "Oh, you're late," you know. So for the rest of the day, and into my radio show, I think I had that night, I was a mess. I could barely walk. I was lucky to even walk to class. So I know a thing or two about getting spiked, you know, in sports. I know a lot about it. Alright, Niners are down by 4 at the half. And they get the ball in the second half. So this game is not over yet. But we got a long way to go. Alright, but not a great first half for the Niners. Like I said, I gave them a C-. Hopefully the second half is better, but they're not going to have Fred Warner for the second half. Maybe not for next week either. Against, what do they play next week? The Falcons game next week. That's a Sunday Night Football game. Then they got the Texans after that in Houston. Then they go back to the Levi against the Rams the week after that. So, don't have some of your big players, but, you know, most of the offensive line is coming back. Michael Williams is coming back. George Kittle should be coming back next week. I didn't see him in the game this week, so I think he's coming back next week. Brock Purdy, I don't know if he's coming back next week. Depends on his fucking foot. Ajax not coming back till week 10, so another 3, maybe 4 weeks, maybe week 11. And then now we don't. If Fred's hurt for a couple weeks, you know, I think if Fred's not seriously hurt, I think he'll come back near the end of the season, go for that playoff run. Whatever the Niners get if they do get in the playoffs. But I mean, they got a 1-game lead right now on the Rams and the Seahawks. They're up 1.5 in the division. For the division record, they're up 1.5, but the actual division up by 1 game. Really, 2 games if you think about it. Because the Rams could win today, and the Niners could lose. It'll be a 4-2, but the Niners, by division record, will still be in first place. So the Niners lose this game today, they're in first place regardless at 4-2. But hopefully they win this game. But right now they're down 20-16. So not over yet. Not yet. I'm not worried yet. We got that. All right, moving on. All right, so LFI beat down the Workhorsemen. I guess they're gonna get a tag team title shot somewhere down the line, and that's that. All right, then we go to women's action, not in the tournament per se. We got my girl Billy Starks taking on the woman that cannot win in Ring of Honor, and that's Viva Van, the Vietnamese princess. She is hot. But we get that 6.5 minute match. And actually, getting to the end, a faceplant drops Viva Van. Billy Starks hammers away, stops to start yelling at the referee, and at Viva Van, who she hates, like, I hate your face! And then Billy kicks her down, goes to a swanton. Viva Van got her knees up. Not that it really mattered, because Billy Starks punches Viva Van down, then hits the swanton bomb on the second attempt. 1, 2, 3. Billy Starks gets the win over winless Viva Van. She does so good in the indies, but at Ring of Honor, she's just zero. She's the female Brian Myers. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry, Brian. You know, funny story. I didn't meet Brian Myers after he got released from WWE. I think I met him in I think it was at that Evolve show. I met Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa and Candice LeRae. That was a good show. That was a great show. Walter was there when it was big Walter. He legit almost killed JD Drake. I am not lying. Because we were waiting for that chop, and then he was about to do it. He was like, going like this, and everyone was like, shh. You could hear a pin drop before he hit the chop. Then when he hit the chop, it felt like a gun went off, and there's cops in there. There were like 50 cops, like coming down around the freaking bingo, not the bingo hall, the Catholic school where it was held. I was like, holy shit! The cops were even like grabbing their fucking guns. I'm not lying. They were grabbing their guns like, what the fuck? Rosa was with me like, ah! She cringed like, ah! I go, now you know how getting fucked in the ass feels. Not that we do anal, but, when I lay down that pipe really good, I'm just like going to town. It feels like a gun goes off sometimes. TMI, I know. We get that. Alright, so Billy Source gets to win over Viva Van, and I could care less. Alright, we go to QTV. Talk about the Costco guys getting challenged to a tag team match at Full Gear. We talk about Full Gear now. Wow, creepy. With these two idiots, the stupid Costco guys. Go against QT Marshall Knott's team. Alright, Big Boom AJ comes in asking if QT Marshall Knott is eating a chocolate cookie. Apparently, this is his way of asking QT Marshall to be his partner. What? What is this? Who gives a fuck? I mean, last week's show was so garbage. This show wasn't that bad, per se, but it was a whole lot better. And then you put this segment in? Garbage. Pure fucking garbage. We get that. Alright, then we get a video for last week. Saray, the IWGP Women's Champion, and Alex Winza! They won a tag team match. I thought they were fighting last week. Shows you how much I know. Anyway, we get that. Alright, then we get to another filler match. The Spanish Announce Project of Angelico and Serpentico take on Logan Cruz and Tyshawn Perez. Who are these guys? I have no fucking clue. Angelico and Serpentico get the win after Angelico comes back in for some kicks to head, followed by a cloverleaf lock. Not a Texas cloverleaf, but a cloverleaf lock, and made Logan Cruz tap out. And they get the win 5 minutes. Big whoop. Big deal. Alright, then another garbage thing. The Frat House invades the Jacksonville Jaguars game. I guess from last week. Not that I watched that and didn't care. Alright, they're going to preview of next week's show. Next week coming up this Thursday, including a quick video on Shannon Moore. What? Shannon Moore! Holy shit, old man Shannon Moore. Matt Hardy's protege, if you will. We all remember Shannon Moore, don't we? I think we do. Some of you do, some of you don't. Great to see him in Ring of Honor making his debut. Against who? Probably get beat by somebody. I hope he wins. I don't want him to lose. So anyway. So he's going to be taking on Blake Christian, the former GCW heavyweight champion of the world. Alright, so he's like, I'm going to beat up Shannon Moore. I really want Shannon Moore to beat the fuck out of Blake Christian, but he probably won't. We'll see. We get that. Alright, then we go to the IWGP Women's Championship match between Saray and Alex Winza! Good match for 13 and a half, almost 14 minutes. Very good match. Getting to the end, a top rope double stomp gets a near fall on Alex Winza, who plants her down with a power slam for another near fall. Goes for the sharpshooter because she tried it early in the match. That gets broken up. So Alex Winza grabs a twisting superplex for another near fall. Kind of felt like Kevin Steen's a little bit. Sure. Alright, Saray makes the rope. and fires off a bunch of headbutts, something you don't see from Saray, to put Alex Windsor down. Then just rock bottom, back out, rock bottom suplex. And she gets the win to retain the IWGP Women's Championship. Good match. And that's it. Well, good to see Saray do something, because WWE, pretty much WWE/NXT, Hickenbottom fucked her up really bad with that stupid freaking schoolgirl gimmick. She's a schoolgirl, then turns into the Emperor, what was her freaking thing? The Empress of the Sun or something like that? And basically, they did nothing with her. They did nothing with Saray, who was big in Japan. In I think Stardom. Or Joshi. And they brought her over, thought she was going to be a big star like all the other people are coming from Stardom, like Julia, well, not at the time Julia, like Asuka, Kairi, and Io. And what do? They put her in, they bring her in for a couple months. I think she got hurt, brought her back, did a stupid gimmick, and then they released her. And now she's back in Japan, and she is the IWGP champion. Now, how do you feel now, Shawn Michaels, you fucking idiot? What could have been, right? Saray could have been NXT Women's Champion, or at least done something in NXT. Go to the main roster, maybe have some matches with Asuka, Kairi, and Io. I would have loved it. The promos would have been epic too, but what if, I guess. And that's that. Alright, after the match, we get a Code of Honor. You love to see that. And that ends Ring of Honor. So Ring of Honor wasn't that bad either. So both shows get 6.5 out of 10 stars for this week. We'll see what happens on Ring of Honor this week. Should be some good stuff. Shannon Moore's debut against Blake Christian and a whole lot more. As Ring of Honor keeps chugging along. And so Final Battle, December the 5th, 2025. That's the final pay-per-view of the year for Ring of Honor. Got a whole road to go. I don't even know if we're going to have any Ring of Honor matches on WrestleDream or at Full Gear, or besides that Costco match, which, the Costco QTV match, whatever. Who wants to see that anyway? Hopefully that's on the pre-show, not the main show. If it's on the main show, I'm going to the bathroom for that match. Shit. But probably be that one match at Full Gear. I don't know if there's going to be any other Ring of Honor matches on Full Gear or WrestleDream, but we're rolling on the Final Battle, which is not New York, which sucks! But I don't know, maybe we'll get Dynamite and Collision by my birthday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And that's it. And as for TNA, we got Battle for Glory coming up. The pre-show's about to start. Then the main show at 7. So I gotta get out of here, gotta do my predictions, then get ready for the pay-per-view, then have my sensible dinner along with the pay-per-view. I don't know if I'm gonna have a sensible big dinner, but I might have a light dinner because I had a big lunch. So we'll see what happens with all that. Alright guys, thanks for watching my TNA Ring of Honor review right here on the Killer Demons channel. Please subscribe to the channel and subscribe to my other channels as well. Thank you for the Rant channel, going over 550 subscribers on our road to 600. And we're getting close to 950 subscribers on my other main channel, the Peter Joseph YouTube channel, YouTube Wrestling channel. Getting on our roads to 950 subscribers. And hopefully by the end of the year, we'll hit that mighty 1,000. But we'll see what happens with that. I don't care if it took 5, 10, 15 years to get to 1,000 subscribers on some of my other channels, which be away from my main channel, because I took basically a little over 2 years to get over 1,000. I'd love to get a 2,000, but that's going to take a while to get. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, I'm going to watch the end of this Niner game, getting into the start of Bound for Glory, and that's pretty much it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace!